Oh, this is dynamite.
The governor of Washington visits Vancouver Public Schools, why he made the trip from Olympia, and what he has to say about the district. Plus, find out why these students are volunteering for a whole lot of extra work. And local schools show off the latest in classroom technology. The governor rolls into town to see how students are learning in Vancouver. Hello and welcome to In the Know. I'm Elena Buller. Recently elected Governor Jay Inslee has made education a big part of his policy platform. And he came to Vancouver to learn what it's like for students and teachers. Nick Voll has more.
Governor Inslee, it's good to see you again. I'm terrific. Thank you for joining us.
Washington Governor Jay Inslee arrives at McLaughlin Middle School on a dark, damp morning. But his arrival shines a light on Vancouver Public Schools.
Hi, how are you?
After a brief chat with student leaders, Governor Inslee hears from teachers who have benefited from the district's teacher mentoring program.
Improving and helping teachers with programs like the mentoring program here that's going on in this district can make a huge impact on students. And I've known that because when you have a quality teacher, you got magic in the classroom.
Next up, a classroom full of eager students who are using iPads to study, finish their homework, and communicate. And on the way out, Governor Inslee spots an opportunity he can't pass up.
Okay, now everybody, this is the one thing we're going to teach you today. Everybody's get their arm up like this and follow through with their wrists, okay?
A basketball junkie, the governor gives an impromptu lesson in jump shooting to a PE class. Norman Brown, a Mac student, puts on a shooting display of his own. The governor stopped at the gym and in classrooms set off a flurry of pictures, videos, and messages on social media.
The second stop for Governor Inslee is right here at Fort Vancouver High School, which is traditionally low income and struggles with dropouts. Today, he's hearing from students about how the school's made changes to help them achieve their goal of college.
When kids are successful in school, they obviously will stay in school, and so many times when students fail a course or two courses, they tend to want to give up and then therefore then eventually drop out of school.
To keep those kids in class and on track to graduate, Fort offers several programs. Governor Inslee hears about the Freshman Academy, which targets at-risk 9th graders and gives them the support they need to get over the hump.
I think that we're heading in the right direction as a school to get our on-time graduation rates up.
The AVID program not only helps students graduate, it prepares students for the next step.
It really helped me, and because of AVID, I was accepted into colleges and universities, and I'm going to college because of AVID.
The governor hears from Osmara Robles about the Real Hope Act, which he recently signed into law. It allows undocumented students access to financial aid for college.
So I'm kind of at a point in my life where I don't know if that's a possibility for me to go to college. So with this act that passed, it makes me really happy because I can get money and I can make my dreams come true. And
stories of success like Osmara's and Jose's are common at Fort and leave a positive impression on the governor.
Oh, this is dynamite. This is dynamite because these students are getting something that I never had, which is training in team building, in consensus building, and in leadership. These are so fundamental. It doesn't matter where you work, doesn't matter what endeavor you have in life. Leadership and teamwork are fundamental. When I saw kids working together, it's just dynamite. So I'm very, very intrigued by this progress.
For In the Know, I'm Nick Voll.
A Hudson's Bay High School wrestler grapples his way to a state championship. Gunnar Metzger, a senior, took home the 152-pound Class 3A state title up at the Tacoma Dome. He won the deciding match by pinning his opponent. In fact, Gunnar pinned 3 out of his 4 opponents at that tournament. At the Class 3A girls tournament, senior Lisa Spangler took home 4th place in her weight class. Congratulations to Gunnar and Lisa. A Vancouver student advances to the state competition for her reading of a poem.
A tall man, too, says the length of the bed in an upstairs room.
Elizabeth Williams goes to Vancouver School of Arts and Academics. She was one of 2 winners of the Southwest Washington Regional Poetry Out Loud competition. Competitors are judged on their ability to memorize and perform poetry. Elizabeth will now advance to the state level. Our friends at ESD 112 broadcast this annual event, and you can see it on Comcast Channel 29. We'll also have Elizabeth's performance on after this episode of In the Know. Dozens of students gather at Jay Inslee Middle School for a conference on leadership.
So we're walking and talking.
Middle schoolers from 4 Vancouver Public Schools and schools from outside the district came together to work on being better leaders at school. Most of them take leadership classes and are part of student government. They say it's an eye-opening experience.
You get to see the school in like a different view, other than just being a student. You get to help teachers do everything, impact the school's way of life, and over the time I've been in this class, I could see stuff I've done that made a difference.
The students say they're glad their voices are being heard.
Having a leadership community of the kids that are in the student body, it gives a greater amount of ideas, and they have a different point of view than adults.
In workshops and activities, the students had a chance to share the challenges they face with their peers and strategies for becoming more effective leaders at school. The goal of most high schoolers is to get into college. A special program at Columbia River High School allows students to do that and a whole lot more. There isn't much about the theory of knowledge class at Columbia River that you would describe as typical for a high school. First, students don't receive a lecture. They respectfully debate important issues based on their own research.
It doesn't mean that we're teaching kids to be politically correct. It does mean that kids learn how to gracefully challenge other people's views.
Second, this college-style class happens after the final bell rings. That commitment to academics is a hallmark of the International Baccalaureate program at River.
It's a very demanding program. We have a lot of homework.
Not that these students are complaining.
Although it is a lot of work, it forces you to challenge yourself and to think critically.
It is a sacrifice, but in the end, you will challenge yourself in so many ways you never thought possible that you otherwise wouldn't.
The IB program takes a global viewpoint, asking students to broaden their horizon through a series of challenging classes and a 4,000-word essay in their senior year. Although many River students take an IB class here and there, those who fully commit earn a special certificate when they graduate.
I know it's definitely helped me from a college admissions officer point of view who told me it helped me get into the school.
The degree itself helps with college admission, but not as much as the skills acquired in the process. It's not just about academics.
The amount of life skills and personal skills and just even self discovery and development.
And although these students are mastering the art of debate, there's no argument about what the International Baccalaureate program has done for them.
It's so defining as a person to me. I have so much respect for my peers, for my instructors, that I otherwise would not usually have. And it's unbelievable just to see people push themselves.
You can learn more about Columbia River's IB program and the district's other magnet programs on its website. That's www.vansd.org. Click the Parents and Families tab and find the Magnets option. Vancouver Public Schools hosts 3 events to show how students are using technology in the classroom. The weLearn tech shows drew parents and community members to 3 middle schools, Alki, McLaughlin, and iTech Preparatory. Students and teachers demonstrated how they're using cutting-edge technology to improve learning. In addition to parents and community members, teachers came out to check in on their peers.
And then we actually had a question for the teacher about how she gets feedback from her students, because that's what we're concerned about in our own classroom, is how do we get that quick feedback to know are our students understanding. So that's what she was sharing with us, is how the iPads can help her with that.
In all, about 500 community members attended the shows. This was the 4th time Vancouver has hosted an event like this. If you missed it, don't worry. The VPS TV studio covered all of the events and put together the best of the demonstrations in a special episode of its talk show, Snapshot. Join me and 3 correspondents as we see the latest from Vancouver classrooms. Snapshot can be seen on Comcast and on our YouTube page, youtube.com/ Van SD TV. School district TV programming will soon be available in high definition as TV Etc. gets its own HD channel on Comcast. As part of the new city and county cable franchise agreement, TV Etc. and other local providers each get their own HD channel after more than a decade of broadcasting in standard definition. TV Etc. can be found on channel 328 starting in March. And that's not the only change. Vancouver Public Schools TV shows are now available on demand. Just go to the on-demand menu with your Comcast remote, scroll down to Get Local, and click on TV Etc. The programs will be updated every month, so be sure to check back frequently. We're just about out of time. Thanks for watching In the Know. I'm Elena Buller. We'll see you next time.